بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome dear students. This is Miss Layla Al-Jihani. Inshallah, today we will continue the expansion units from 1 to 3. We already covered the first two. Today, inshallah, we will cover two lessons, 3 and 4, reading and project, okay? If we want to remember what we have covered in the previous lesson, we differentiated between the tenses. We recall the tenses, the past simple, the present simple, and the present progressive. We revised these tenses. We did a lot of exercises about these tenses. Also, we had a writing. Your homework was supposed to be write about an endangered species, okay? An animal you think it's worth saving, and you have to be convincing when you write about it. Please share your writing with your teacher to get her feedback. Also share it with your colleagues, convince them, and it's like a competition. Each one of you present their animal, and the teacher will decide which one worth saving, which one of you was more convincing for the teacher. So inshallah, by the end of our lesson today, you will be able to scan a text. So we will have a reading. You will scan the text for specific details and answer a comprehension questions. We have some questions and you will answer it based on the reading. Also, you will prepare for the project. You will prepare a campaign to save water. So we have to save water, and you have to design a campaign, okay? Also, I think you should use similar vocabulary you used in your writing. You have to be convincing. You have to use similar things we used for the writing. You have to do a research. You have to list many facts. So your writing will be stronger. You will be more convincing, okay? Before we start, we had a homework, page 109, workbook, okay? There, if you open the page, you will see different pictures of one person who does a lot of activities. So based on these pictures, you will answer. You will look at picture 1 and answer number 1, picture 2, and so on. So we have, I think, 5 pictures. So look at the picture, and then what you should do, look at it and use the present progressive to write the sentences. So we are focusing on the present progressive, verb to be plus verb ing, okay? So this is an example. Robert is going to the bus station today. Look at the other pictures. What is he doing? What is he doing in the pictures? And then write the sentences. I'm sure you did it. If you haven't, pause the video and please do it. Let's check the answers together. Number 1, the bus is arriving at 10 a.m. This is based on the picture we used, is arriving, verb to be plus verb ing. 2, Robert is meeting his friend at the bus station today. 3, Robert and his friend are going to the museum later. 4, Robert and his friend are eating at a fast food restaurant after the museum. 5, Robert is going to the bus station at 4 p.m. So these are his activities during the day. We use the present progressive to describe these activities. So on the bottom of the page, you have a different exercise, G. Complete the sentences. Use be-ing, which is the present progressive, be going to. Also, you have will. So sometimes, as we said before, we use the present progressive to talk about future arrangements. Yes, do you remember the difference between when do we use will and when do we use the present progressive for future arrangement? When you are sure about the plans when you already made the reservation? Which one are you using? Excellent, the present progressive. But if you maybe you're gonna do something, probably you will do something, you use will. Okay, so I think these are making everything easier. Will, probably, immediately if you see probably, automatically you should use will. Excellent. So look at it, read the sentences, and then answer. Let's see the answers together. Number 1, I'm not sure, I will probably fly. So after will, because we have probably, we used will. Fly, we use the verb between parentheses. To debate tomorrow. 2, my plans. My plans are definite. That's mean I'm sure about my plans. I am going to go. I didn't say probably. I didn't say maybe. It's definite. That's mean I'm sure about my plans. That's why we use the present progressive here. To the mall with my friend tonight. 3, she isn't sure. That means she's not sure. So automatically what? Present progressive or will? Excellent, we use will. Also we have probably here. She will probably leave in the afternoon. Number 4, he didn't make definite plans. He didn't make definite plans, okay? That means he is not sure about his plans. He will probably see his uncle next week, okay? 5, they didn't tell me their final plans. They will probably arrive, okay, tomorrow morning. 6, the last one, I checked the schedule. The train is going to leave because based on a schedule. So this is already, the plans are clear. It's definite. It's in a schedule. So this is not based on chance. This is a schedule. So everything is fixed. We use the present progressive with it. At 7:30 tomorrow morning. Okay. Let's look at our book, page 34 and 35, the reading part. You have, if you look at the book, you have different pictures. If you look at the pictures and you look at the title, even before you read the title, it's about what? What do you think it's talking about? Tell me, what do you think? Look at the pictures and try to guess. It's about environment, excellent. What else do you think it's about? Water, excellent. What else? Nature. So basically it's about these things, but specifically it's about, we will see what is it about when we read together. So before reading, what do you think the text is about? We said it's about nature, reading. The second question, what do you know about the different ways to conserving water and providing fresh water? What do they mean about conserving? Think about your daily routine. Think about the times you use water. How often do you use water? Do you use it a lot? Or do you try to save water? We use it when we preparing to pray. Also we use it for showers, for cleaning. Water is essential. This is other than if you given the water to animals and plants, and if you wash your yard. This is something else. But if you think about your life, not all the house, yourself, how much time do you spend taking a shower? Do you just take the shower and leave, or do you spend a lot of time there? You spend more than 15 minutes, or you spend 5 minutes? Think about it. Do you leave the water on when you take the shower, or you close the faucet if you want to shampoo your hair or do something else? Do you fill the tub the tub, the bathtub, do you fill it, then you take a shower, or you use showers? If you think about these choices, these small things, it makes difference on how much or how much water do you use in your daily routine. So here, if they say conserving fresh water, how do you try to reduce the amount of water you use to conserve it, save it, okay, protect it, okay? Do you do something in your daily life to conserve water? You do? What do you do? Excellent, you spend less time in a shower. This is one thing. What else? Do you wash the yard? No, you mop it better to save water instead of spending a lot of amount of water washing and using it in more than necessary. So we have to use the water in daily routines, which is necessary, okay? So let's see the text. Now, before reading, we have, after the reading, I think it's page 35, you have these exercises, صح? You have exercise A. We will do it one by one with the paragraph, the reading, okay? So we will hear it and then we will answer it one by one, okay? So when you see the exercise under the reading, it's from here. It's from page 35 after reading. Choose the correct answer, okay? Now let's start reading paragraph one by one, okay? So this is the first one, water for life, okay? This is based on it. Please hear the audio and we will answer together. Let's hear it.
Imagine going to get a drink of water and discovering that the faucet is dry, or jumping into the shower to cool off on a steamy hot day and discovering that there's no water. Most of us simply take water for granted. We think there's plenty of it, in oceans, lakes, rivers, and streams. But this is not the case. The water we are using now is the very same water that the dinosaurs used millions of years ago. It is simply recycled over and over again. There will never be any more water on Earth than there is now.
Okay, so the first question here. Why do many people take water for granted? They mentioned it here. For granted, the word. Why do they take it for granted? Is it A, because it's cheap, B, it cools you down, or C, it is easily available? Which answer, based on the reading around here, okay, the answer you think is the correct one? Think about it. Go through the reading again. Read it again. And then let's see the answer. So the answer will be, excellent, the answer will be C. The answer will be C. It's easily available. It's around us all the time. They say we think there is plenty of it in oceans, lakes. So we see it all the time. That's why it's easily available, we mentioned. So let's see the second paragraph. Let's hear the audio together.
Most of the water on our planet, 97%, is salt water stored in oceans. The remaining 3% is fresh water, and most of that is locked up in ice caps and glaciers. In fact, less than 1% of the planet's water is usable freshwater. It's alarming that at the projected rate of population growth, humanity will use up more than 70% of all accessible freshwater by 2025.
Okay, the second question, here they mentioned a lot of numbers, a lot of years. So here they're giving us facts to convince us that maybe around 2025 we will not have accessible fresh water around us. So how much of the water on our planet is fresh water? They mentioned it. A great part, a small amount, or a lot. They mentioned that. Okay? Where is it? Water is usable fresh water. So is it a lot, or a great part, or a small amount? Which one? A, B, C? Excellent. A small amount is fresh water. Excellent. Okay, let's see the third paragraph. Let's hear the audio together.
Water is essential to people in more ways than we might think. We need water for cooking, bathing, transportation, and recreation. We eat aquatic plants and fish. We use water to irrigate our crops, to produce hydroelectric power, and to manufacture products. Water is indispensable for human health and well-being. People can live for 2 months without food, but will die in less than a week without water.
This is the reading, paragraph 3. Read it again, please, and then try to answer number 3. How long can human beings live without water? They mentioned it at the end here. Read it, read this part, read the last 2 sentences. Did they say less than 1 week, or B, 2 weeks, or 1 month? Yes, excellent, it's here. Less than a week. Excellent. This is the answer for number 3. Now let's see paragraph 4, and we have question 4. Let's hear the audio together.
One of the greatest challenges facing the world in the 21st century is to preserve our natural reserves and to provide safe drinking water to the 20% or more of Earth's population that currently lacks easy access to it. The United Nations General Assembly proclaimed the years from 2005 to 2015 as the International Decade for Action Water for Life.
Okay, read it again, think about it, and then try to answer number 4. What is one of the world's greatest challenges in the 21st century? So here, 21st century, where did they mention this number? Look for it. What did they mention? What did they say? To recycle seawater, B, to find water, C, to provide fresh water. So which answer you think they will do? Okay, so let's see the last one, 5. Let's hear the audio together.
One of the solutions to the problem of water conservation is to recycle wastewater. Stenson Folk College near Stockholm, Sweden, for example, is putting wastewater to good use. The school treats the wastewater in a greenhouse, where it is then used to provide water to plants and fish in an integrated cultivation system. In Lima, Peru, ponds full of algae and other small organisms clean up the wastewater. After 20 days, it is safe for reuse. Currently many factories, hotel chains, and apartment buildings around the world are installing water recycling systems.
So here they mentioned in question 5, what do people use to clean up waste water in Peru? So I think the part related to Peru, starting from here in Lima. Read this part, try to answer. Which one? So ponds full of algae and other small organisms clean up the waste water. So the answer is A. Excellent. Not fish, not sun. Okay? So the last paragraph, we will read it. There is no related question to it from after reading exercise A. So we will hear the audio together.
We all need to be part of the solution, too. We need to learn how to use our water wisely. So the next time you have a drink or take a shower, think of how fortunate you are, and save water for life.
Yes, we are, I think, very fortunate. We are very lucky. We have water in our houses. We just open the faucet and we have water. Think about the poor countries. Think about Africa, where they can walk for miles and miles just to get water, and it's not even clean. It's not even fresh, drinkable. We don't use it for us, but they do. They need water. So we have to be thankful for this blessing we have in our life, okay? So after reading, we answered these questions together. So this is just to recap the answers, just to see all the answers together. We answered number 1, why many people take water for granted. It's easily available. C, how much of water in our planet is fresh water? We answered B, very small amount. 3, how long can human beings live without water? We mentioned it. A. 4, what one of the world's greatest challenges in the 21st century to provide fresh water? What do people use to clean up wastewater? We answered A. So let's look at exercise B. Answer true or false. These answers, are they made up, or you have to go back to the reading? Excellent, you have to go back to the reading. Pause the video, read it again, fresh your memory, and then try to answer these questions. Read the statements, look back at the reading, scan for the correct answer, okay? So number 1, there is more fresh water today on Earth than at the time of the dinosaurs. Did they say that in paragraph 1? Is this statement true or false? Okay. Question 2. By 2025, we'll use up 1% of all existing fresh water. 3. At least 1/5 of the world's population does not have easy access to safe drinking water. I think, alhamdulillah, Saudi Arabia is not one of these countries. We have fresh water available. 4, the main goal of Water for Life is to recycle wastewater. 5, at Stensson Folk College, Sweden, fish live in recycled water. Is this true or false? Go back to the reading and then let's see the answers together. So the first statement, it's false. The second one, it's false statement. 3, true. 4, false. 5, it's true statement. Okay. For the discussion, we have many questions. So the discussion, you don't just listen to me talking or listen to your friends talking. This is discussion, so you have to give your opinion. This is like a speaking exercise for all the class. You can be in groups and read the questions, discuss your answers with your friends, with your colleagues. A group of 5 is more than enough to discuss these questions. After you're finished discussing these questions, then you can share your answers with your whole class, share it with your teacher, okay? Number 1, water is essential for life. Discuss the different ways that humans depend on water every day. We depend on water in our daily routine. How? We use it for what? It is mentioned in the reading in paragraph 1 also. They said we use it for in our daily routine. We use it to plant for watering the plants. We use it for animals. We use it for ourselves, for drinking. We use it for showering, for cleaning. We use water all the time. So mention other things, other examples with your friends. Discuss how we use water in our daily lives. Question 2, what will happen to a community, okay, if its water becomes contaminated? What do they mean here? If the water is contaminated, if the water is not fresh, okay, what do we use? What do we do? Do you think it's safe to drink? What do they mean first about contamination? That's mean it's not good for drinking. That's mean there is something in it which it's not drinkable anymore, okay? So if in a society or your neighborhood, if the water is contaminated, what will happen? Do you think you will drink it? Do you think you will use it? Do you think you will take a shower in it? It's contaminated. It's not good for drinking. There is something in it. Think about anything. Let your imagination think about what could make the water not usable. if this happened to your neighborhood, what will you do? Will you go to another neighborhood? Will you go and buy water from somewhere else? Think about things you will do. Think about how you will take a shower. This will, if you think about it, this will make you think about the daily routines you do to using water. So you have to think about saving and conserving water. Yes? Question 3. What do you know about the different ways of conserving and providing fresh water? So question 2, it's just an introduction. So question 3, there you will have ways you will save water. How you will save it? You will spend less time in a shower. What will you do? What else you will do? Think about the things you will do in your daily routine to change that. Okay? Now for the last part in our lesson, the project. Work in a group. So this project you will not work alone, you will work with a group. Research ways to save water in our everyday lives. Okay? So you have to look up information. You have to make your writing convincing. You have to make everything convincing by researching, gathering information, gathering examples. Okay? Then prepare a campaign to persuade people to save water. So you will stand in front of, as a group, and you have to, for your project to start a campaign to persuade, to tell people how to save water. You have to start with the logo. Do you see on your book there is a picture with a title? So the title should be catchy. Save water, save life. This is one example. You can make up your own campaign name, okay? So you have to find a title for your campaign. 2, list everyday suggestions to save water. So the ones we discussed in the discussion. So list these solutions, the ways you can save water, okay? And then present it to your class. After you finish, you tell them this is our campaign, and then you will tell your friends ways to save water. This is for your project. For your homework, please do page 110. If we want to recover what we have taken, we scan the text, we answer the questions, we prepared the campaign to save water, we presented it to our class. That's it for today. Inshallah, I will see you next class. Thank you for listening.